What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan. I'm BMNX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have a battle report update for the regionals, the core TCG regionals that I just did on Saturday. Today is Remembrance Day. Happy Remembrance Day to everyone in Canada as we remember the fallen soldiers that perished for us in all of our big wars. And yeah, so if you're not from Canada, you might not know, November 11th, we celebrate Remembrance Day. So that's what we're doing today, and we're talking about our battle report update for the Digimon TCG. We piloted Imperial Digimon again here. Again, you guys know I haven't got my 2.0. I'm going to be getting it either tomorrow or the next day, and that's only 4 boxes because I should have had 8 boxes last week. They sent 1 piece instead. So unfortunately, until I figure out if they're going to send those 8 boxes from Vancouver this week, I won't know when I'm getting them, and I might have to order my rest of my boxes from out east and wait another week to get them. So right now we're just hoping that that's not the case there. But we're here and we're doing this battle report update. We're going to talk about how things went. I didn't actually really even face any new decks. I really didn't face any new decks. There were some new cards in some of the decks I faced, but other than that, it was pretty standard. Format hasn't changed much, guys, and still Imperial Digimon is still a really great deck to take. I took 96th place, so I got top 128 with a overall record of 4 wins, 3 losses, and no, 4 wins, 3 losses, no, and 2 ties. Yeah, 4 wins. Yeah. So, unfortunately, didn't do as good as I was hoping. Might have been able to get top 64 if my last one had been a win. Probably not, but we'll see what, we'll talk about the matches and the deck and everything like that like we usually do. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. Alright, so like I said, we took Imperial Digimon again. I haven't changed the eggs. The eggs are still the same. I like that. I like the draw egg, getting it more, but the 1000 does come up. It can come up in certain matchups, so I do like having it. I do have other boosts because I got the 1 Vmon for plus 2000 and another plus 2000 here on the XV. So in combination with that, all turns can be pretty good. And then, of course, all turns, this guy gets plus 2000. So he really puts a lot of my opponent's stuff to shame. Rookie lineup still going really strong. Same with champion lineup. I really like it. I honestly wouldn't change a thing. I mean, you could have this guy be a third guy, one of those, but I really don't think it makes a difference because you just want a DNA Digivolve. Honestly, I like this guy because if you don't DNA Digivolve, you still get his source stripping effect. So he's nice when you have to use a progenitor on a level 4 because you don't have all your pieces. So that's kind of nice. And then you can just go up into something simple like Hexablow, or go right into the, the dragon mode and unsuspend and stuff like that. So there, and then he gets his basically two memory per attack. So he actually is really good. Has a lot of synergy with the deck, and I do like that. I actually got to use Paladin's effect to send things back to the bottom of the deck, so that was really cool when attacking. I got it used against me a couple times too, so we'll talk about that. Still like Hidden Potential over Hammer Spark. I really wouldn't change the deck. I mean, the only thing, like I said, I might want to play the Magnamon stuff, but that would probably require me to dump a lot of the level 4s I'm playing for more Lydramons. Like, I'd probably have to dump both of the BT, both the Stingmons, dump the XV. I'd probably have to play less Wormmons, so I'd dump like this Wormmon for another one of these Vmons. Maybe even dump both Wormmons for more Vmons. So we'd see. But I'm not even sure how I'd play it because I really like this guy right here, and he is not good if you have dragon modes, if you don't have enough dragon modes. So like this is like, I at least have to have 3 dragon modes to make this guy worth it. because he's just not good if you just have to play him without the dragon mode. He is good if you don't have to worry about clearing your opponent's board if you don't have a dragon mode, but and it's good to have for the progenitor, just to have another target, Imperial Digimon target to Digivolve this on. So it comes up a lot, but other than that, I mean, the deck's still running really great, and I wouldn't change a thing. I had a couple games where I couldn't draw level 3s that really sucked at the beginning, so it was difficult to get around that. We'll go into the matchups here. Round 1, I 2-1 against Fenri Takamakazuchi OTK. So I won, he won, then I won the last one. He managed to get his OTK off, so that was it was good. Round 2, I went 0-2 to the mirror match. I should have won game 2, but I misplayed. I used this Wormmon. I wasn't paying attention to what was in my hand, and I went into this XV when I should have gone into a Stingmon. I know I had either one of the Stingmons in there. I should have gone into one of those because I needed a green, and I didn't have a green, and then I just completely screwed up my play. So that was a misplay on my part. So you got to watch out what you're doing. You got to always know what's in your hand. I thought I had a green in my hand. Obviously, I didn't, and that really put myself in a bad place. So there you have that. Of course, we wouldn't have known where game 3 would have gone then, but yeah, I really messed up on game 2. That guy was running the Magnamon engine in his thing, and he also Hexablow. So apparently there is room for both, but yeah. And then we have round 3. I went 2-0 against Red Hybrid. Just went really fast. He didn't get all his pieces, so wasn't able to go over me. Round 4, I went 1-0 against Mother Control. Went into time in game 2, so I just got the win, which is great because I hate Mother Control, and I hate giving the 12 dozen cards that give Mother, give Mother blocker, and then you just slam down a level 5 and go, haha, I have dozen aces in my hand. And Seraphimon really hurts the deck because Digivolve is something that the Imperial Digimon deck can't get around. Luckily, that the deck comes back. If you get a couple Tamers on the board, the deck really comes back, and you don't have to worry about what your opponent's doing. If you can put enough stuff on board, your opponent can't get around you. And if you can put enough stuff like progenitors on board, and you can block into the Mother, unsuspend, and then just Digivolve into a fighter mode, it's really, really good. So there's that too. And then we round 5, we went 1-2 on Magnamon X. Started out really good. Managed to speed through. Second game, he had the better play, and then game 3, I just didn't have the right cards to get through it. Usually, I could do pretty good against Magnamon. It just depends if they get cards that allow them to. And it's pure Magnamon X, so Vmon Magnamon X. So it just depends if they get those cards that they need to throw their sources off. And you also got to be careful about attacking too, because at one point I did a second attack with a fighter mode ace, and I shouldn't have. I should have left him unsuspended, because then he has a really hard time getting around my stuff. But if you can just attack over my fire mode ace, it's just not worth it. So you got to watch out with that, especially if you don't have the paladin mode and a progenitor on board. If you have that on board, it's like, okay, whatever. But yeah, so you just got to be careful there. And then, so round 6 was my third loss. Unfortunately, I got 2-0'd by Fenri Takimi Kazuchi OTK. I had a perfect setup game 1, and going, after my second turn, he went into his second turn and OTK'd me. Completely OTK'd me. just everything. And like, I didn't know that deck could do it that fast. If you get all your pieces, you can do it that fast in two turns. On his second turn, he OTK'd me. And then game 2, unfortunately, I drew poorly, and it just kind of snowballed into kind of the same thing. And then round 7, I tied to Galantmon in game 3. I probably could have won. The player was slow playing, unfortunately. Said he doesn't really play Digimon, which is kind of like, why are you even here then? Like, so that's kind of like, I like people to be able to explore and do stuff, but at regionals, I'd like them to at least kind of move a little bit faster. He really slow played the entire game. I won game 1. He managed to win game 2, and then unfortunately in game 3, I was in a pretty good place. I couldn't kill him, which was unfortunate. I got pretty close, and then we went into time, and so I got the tie, unfortunately, there. But yeah, slow playing does help. Does unfortunately make a difference. He would have popped my guy with his Galantmon shenanigans, so I'm not sure where we would have gone from there. But I think I was still in a good place to come back and win, basically. Because with Partition, his Crimson Mode doesn't do anything. It just partitions my guy, and I go into another level 5. So, whatever. Round 8, I 2-0'd a Magnamon X player. Drew really well and got over all his stuff. And then in round 9, I tied on game 3 to Tyrant. Probably wouldn't have won. Maybe I would have. It's hard to say. That deck is a really hard matchup for this deck, just because none of your effects work on the Tyrant. You have to attack over the Tyrant, which means you need this guy or one of these guys with a boost, with any one of these boosts, to get over Tyrant. And that's after, after their effects are all gone. So, yeah, it's we had a really bad game too. He had to slap down a Tyrant into a Tyrant. So as his play. So yeah, that was unfortunate. But yeah, it's a or no, he had to slap down a level 5. I wasn't able to deal with the level 5 right away, unfortunately. But then he slapped down a Tyrant into a Tyrant, and that deck is crazy because it just puts my stuff on the bottom of the deck, which is unfortunate. But I managed to beat him. First game, he got me good. He got up to his guy real fast, and the second game, I eventually won out after dealing with all the crap. And then game 3, we got into it really late, like I think with like 5 minutes and 5 minutes of overtime. So unfortunately, it's a slow match a lot of the times. So unfortunately, that was the thing. Lots of ties, 2 ties and 3 losses. I would have been okay if I would have had like 1 less loss. But I felt like really I shouldn't have lost that game 2 to the mirror match. That was my bad. And I definitely probably could have won one of those other losses. It just, unfortunately, like I said, I had a rough day drawing. Lots of times I didn't draw level 3s. And lots of times, especially when I had the Tamer on board. So it's doing nothing for you really other than memory if I can Digivolve. So it was really tough. A lot of the times I was just short in memory. Short 1 memory. So if your opponent can choke you to 1 and you can't get your memory Tamer on board, it can be really detrimental in this deck. So one thing I feel like especially if you don't have a couple copies of this, if you have a couple copies of this, you can usually be good, but you need at least 2 of this, 1 to 2 of this, and both of these guys on board to get the memory thing off. And if you don't have one of these guys, then you need a second copy of this basically to make up for it. So the memory thing is super, super important. because honestly, you don't have a way of playing until they give us a way of playing Tamers for free. You have to drop these for 4 every single time. Every single time. And I mean, maybe we will get one because a lot of decks are getting these play a Tamer for free. As long as you have 1 or less. And you know, all the season 3 guys are getting it. So maybe we'll see something in the future like that. Maybe not. Just because it is kind of broken. So we'll see what happens. But I definitely think, you know, like people are talking that they might hit this card, and I could see them hitting this card, but then it'll just kill the deck because you'll always have to like pass turn to your opponent to DNA Digivolve, which is not necessarily good, especially if you gain memory 1 or 2 memory off of your Stigmon, your XV, but then your opponent has their memory tamer anyway, so they just go to 3. That's detrimental, honestly. So I can see them hitting this guy, in which case we definitely have to play more Davis, because we need to see the memory tamer then as early as possible, so that we can at least have 3 memory, so we can potentially push up Digivolve, you know, slap this down, and then have enough memory. Because like if you slap this down, if you push that up and you slap this down on a you know, to go to 1, you're good. Or if you play a level 3 and then go to 2, you're good, as long as you have both these pieces, or at least 1 piece and a tamer. So we'll see what happens. I definitely think this deck's probably going to get hit. I'm going to be sad when it does because I love it. And I'm probably going to, unless I can really get into, you know, the next 2 weeks of testing hard 2.0 stuff once it comes out, when we start doing our deck profiles for the channel. I'm probably going to play this in the December Ultimate Cups just because it's proven and I can play it really well. And like I said, because of Bandai and because of all these issues with suppliers and everything, it is November 11th. You know, that's 9 days after release, and another, you know, week after pre-release, and I still haven't seen a single 2.0 box. And that's just for me being loyal to my store, which just sucks because if the distributor makes it so you can't be loyal to your store, you're not going to have a store and you're going to have anywhere to play, which is really sucks that they give preferential treatment to all those big online stores that can just sell numerous boxes. Because if all the small community local game stores dry up, you're going to have all these online stores and people who don't want to buy them because they have no one to play with. So that's what it comes down to. So we hope that doesn't happen, and I hope that you guys enjoy the battle report. Like I said, we got top 128 again, so we have not topped a single one of these events. We've topped every single event. 2 top 128s, 3 top 32s since Wave 3 started. We still got 2 Ultimate Cups left, which are the ones I really, really want because I do want those Rise Grays. So maybe I get lucky and I can get another couple top 32s or top 64s at least then. Get some of that prize support that I really, really want and not have to pay for it. But we'll see. Famously, December is a slower month for Ultimate Cups, but I think it's going to be better this year because they don't have those stupid rule set that they did last year. But we'll see what happens. We'll continue to bring these battle report updates. Tell me what you guys think below. Tell me if you think that I should make any changes to the deck. Do you think there's a better way to run it this format? And maybe I just haven't been paying attention because I'm too preoccupied with why I don't have my 2.0 stuff yet. We'll continue to bring these videos to you and hope that you guys like the deck. Hope you guys like the analysis of the matches. And let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. We hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.